Hey guys, it is Monday here in West Virginia, so it's time for us to do our Mopar Monday unboxing. And yes, we have some more projects in progress, barn finds, whatever you want to call them. Then we have these weathered, beaten up cars to show you today. And this is probably the one series that started it for me, the M2 Auto Projects. I seen the Johnny Lightning projects in progress. They're probably the I guess pioneers of this type of diecast because they were the first ones to build cars like this. And then M2 launched a series. The M2s are the first one I was acquainted with, and they're pretty cool. But I grab all of them as long as they're true to scale for the 164th and they can fit in with one another. That's what I'm looking for. Some I picked up are slightly small, but it'll work out in the long run. But today it's M2, and these guys are pretty much spot on for 164th. We have 2 Dodge Daytonas and 2 Roadrunners. Now there are 2 releases of the Daytona. It debuted as an auto project in Series 1, and then it showed up again in Series 3. And in Series 3, it was the chase car. In Series 1, the chase was the 57 Chevy. In Series 2, it was the 70 Boss Mustang. And Series 3 was the Daytona. And anyways, we're going to start with the Series 1 Daytona. And that is this guy here. And I had this car 3 different times. I had one when it was first launched back in 2010, 2011. I found it at Walmart. Then I ended up getting rid of it. Then I had another one when I was living in the Philippines, got rid of it, and now I've obtained this one, and I hope to keep it and not to get rid of it. So anyways, it's a great looking car. It's way overdone, I think, with the patina and rust, but it still looks cool. Because usually, I mean, they can be this rusty, of course, but like these projects in progress cars you find, sometimes at least have a little bit of hint what color they were. And this, I think they're claiming it was green. And I guess on the nose cone, maybe that's like a shade of green, but it's really hard to see any green on this car. And this one, as you can see, it is Release 1, Auto Projects, and I'm not sure how many of these were produced. I don't think many, because this is like one of their earlier releases, so they were still kind of a little bit of like a startup company, and they were limiting production, I think, because of the cost, maybe. I'm not sure. But I think they launched in 2007 or 2008, something like that. And this was 2010. So anyways, let's get him out and take a look at him. And as I said, this is a very cool car. And we'll show you like the progress that M2 has made through the years on these projects in progress. So we'll get him out the stand and take a look at him. And you can see it has the mismatched wheels. I think the rear is a Krager or a Magnum 500. The front is a chrome reverse Stilly. And yeah, I guess you could see hints of green here on the quarter panel. It's just with the rust and the green, it makes the whole car look like it's rusty. And the windows, yeah, they're usually dirty, but their windows when the early releases were red, like almost. And as I said, I think they went a little bit overkill with the rust on some of them. This one's not so bad though. Under the hood is a little bit too clean comparing to like how the outside of the car looks. And this one's not missing any outer body parts like some of them, which makes them look even a little bit more realistic with missing hood or doors or something. And the other side, same wheel setup, Magnum 500s in the back, and your stills in the front. They're like chrome reverse, though, is what it looks like. And the interior, I'm trying to see, it does look like it's missing the bucket seat inside the passenger side, which is kind of cool that they did do that. So, yeah, it's kind of like reminiscing on them because I cannot remember all the details of this. And that is pretty cool that they did that with the interior. You can see it's got a chrome shifter too. That's pretty neat. And undercarriage is also weathered a little bit. So, really cool car. Now, here is the Series 3 Daytona. And this is more and less like a barn find. This one here is more like an outdoor, like forest find or something like that, as rusty as it is. This one is more of like your barn find, or at least maybe setting under a car canopy or something. But anyways, this one is, it doesn't say Auto Projects Release 3, but this is what it was, because they did 3 6-car sets, and the first 2 were marked Series 1 or Release 1 and Release 2. Release 3 was not. And now they just randomly insert like a project car in like a Detroit Muscle or Autothenic series, or they even throw them on the back of an auto hauler or something like that now. So there's no more complete sets of these auto projects, at least not that I'm aware of, only these 3. So let's go ahead and get this guy out. And as I said, he's limited to 3,800. So these may be the most limited of the auto projects. I'm not sure. Series 3. So as you can see, it's running the Kelsey Hayes recall wheels, and it is starting to fade, where the paint is like fading off and the primer is bleeding through. That's the kind of look, and you got some surface rust on the wheels, and it looks as if the hood was damaged and they replaced it with a white one. And there's just a little more color to this car, which I think is a little bit cool. Because I don't know, it's a little hard to tell like what this is, but it still looks really cool. Don't get me wrong, but I think the Series 3 is the one that I like best, just because it has a little bit more color to it. The weathering was a little harder to do, in my opinion. I know it's a lot less weathering, but they did it a little more realistic for a barn find. But they still did like the window where they're really red looking instead of dirt looking. But they did add this tampo in the windshield of like busted glass, which is pretty cool. So anyways, and under the hood is much more dirty than the Series 1 car, as you can see. So that is pretty cool that they continued under the hood. But the undercarriage is really clean, and whereas on the Series 1 it wasn't. But you don't really look under these too much when they're in a diorama like that. So you're just going to be looking at the top half and under the hood if the hood's open, and inside the car if the door is open. This one, it has both bucket seats in it, as you can see. So pretty sweet car. And it has Kelsey Hayes wheels all the way around. So very sweet piece. And as I said, they do have a chase version in the Release 3. It is gray primer. Pretty much like the Chevelle we unboxed the other day. Nice clean gray primer. It looks like it's in mid restoration stage. The wing is missing, and I think the glass is missing. I think that's one of the things with the Auto Project chase cars. The 57 Chevy Chase was missing the windows. The Boss I'm not sure of, but I think it is also missing the windows, and the Daytona may be missing the windows. I know it's missing the wing, and it has black steel rims on it. I think the other two also have black steel rims. So that's another like trend with their chase pieces. The gray primer and the black steel rims. So moving along, this guy is from Release 2. This is your 69 Plymouth Roadrunner Hemi. A pretty cool looking car. Another one, as I said, it's a little rusted, over rusted in my opinion, but not bad. As I said, it could have been sitting outdoors in a field somewhere for many, many years. And this is one that I actually have a duplicate of. I have noticed that these cars single are pretty expensive on eBay, but if you buy like groups of them, like lots of like 2, 3, or even 5 or 6, you can get a better deal on them. That's what I've done a couple times. I've bought lots. I am actually trying to get another lot that has, I think, 6 pieces, but there's some doubles in there. But I do have a double of this in the acrylic case in the box. That if somebody needs it, I can either sell it for probably like, I don't know, say $15, or I will trade for another auto project I don't have. So that's another thing. I would like to just trade for one I don't have, like a Cuda or the Chevelle or the 57 Chevy from Series 1, something like that. But anyways, let's get him out and take a look at him. And this box here, and it was also, I think, on the Daytona, but it says M2 Machines Auto-Projects, found in a field or barn. So I was right, maybe that's why they are over rusted, because they were in the field somewhere. Various stages of decay, maybe missing parts and pieces waiting to be restored. And that is cool. Like, this one is missing the hood. So there's no hood, and the motor compartment is a little bit too clean to match the rest of the car, especially with a missing hood. You would think that it would be super dirty, probably missing the air cleaner, if not the entire intake with the carb and everything. So, but the one thing cool about these, if you wanted to, I don't, but some people could and may do it. You could add more detail to them, like remove some pieces, remove the whole engine maybe, and such. Now, this one is cool. You could tell it was originally like blue, maybe B5 blue, or probably a little bit darker than that the way it looks. The rockers are still blue, part of the door is blue, and you can see that it has aftermarket Krager style wheels on the front with a thin white wall tire. On the back, you have the like polyglass tires with a steel rim and a dog dish cap, which is pretty cool. And the interior is a nice blue. It's actually in pretty good shape, considering they did add a little bit of dirt inside there, it looks like. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, it's a little dingy in there, but once again, a little bit too clean considering the other parts of the car, how nasty it is. So it looks really cool, though. The bumper is nicely done, or bumpers, I should say, are nicely done. Missing headlights, very cool. And the windows also, as I said, they're reddish, which I guess is possible. Like the runoff of the rust from the rest of the car onto the window could have got that like dirt on the windows to have that rust hue to it a little bit. I did get 2 of the Mischief Hot Wheels JDM looking beater, and I love what they did with the windows. It actually does look like real dirt from sitting for a long time, and somebody wrote in the dirt, "Wash me," on the back window, which is really cool. That's why that car I had to get. Yeah, it was $30, but it is a really cool, unique piece for Hot Wheels. They've done beaters in the past in collaboration with Motor Trend, hence this guy here, and then they had their Rust Bucket. It's not a first beater that they've done, but it's the first RLC beater they've done, and it's the first beater they've put that much detail in, because it is highly detailed. It's a very cool little model, so I'm anxious to see it when it gets here. Now, the Roadrunner also appeared again in M2 as an auto project on the back of a trailer being towed by an A100 van. That's where this guy came from that auto hauler set. And it's kind of being semi-restored. New quarter panel's been put on, and the door has been fixed. It's bonded up and down to bare metal and such. I think there was another Roadrunner. Actually, I think there's 2 more. One I'm actually ordering, in the middle of ordering. It's from the Drivers series, I think released 97, and it's another orange one that has big like primer spots on the quarter panel, missing paint where it's down to bare metal, and it's got a couple white steel rims on it. pretty detailed, but it's going to be one of their cheaper series, the driver series, so no opening hood, nothing like that, but still yet nicely detailed. And then there's another one from, I think, a Mopar set from maybe 4 or 5 years ago, where it's in gray primer and it has a black quarter panel like this guy here. Pretty much the same car, except where the orange is, it was gray primer. So I'm thinking there's, and I know for sure the driver series Roadrunner and then that other primered one. So I'm not sure how many times they've done the Roadrunner as an auto project. The Daytona, I know of two, plus the Chase piece. So that's pretty much it, guys, for this video of Mopar Monday. Show you some more beaters we're adding to our diorama of the Field of Dreams, I call it. So anyways, we'll be back again on Friday for Free It Friday. We may be back even before then to unbox something else for you. Not sure. We may even do a Truckin' Tuesday. I'm not sure what we have in store. We still have a lot of stuff that we have not done videos on, so maybe we will try to do a Truckin' Tuesday or something on Hump Day or something like that. So thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy your Labor Day off, hopefully, and we will be back maybe tomorrow or Wednesday with something else for you. Thanks for watching.